It's late. The world is asleep. But your mind won't stop talking. You replay a conversation from yesterday. You imagine tomorrow's worst-case scenario. You worry about things that haven't happened and may never happen. The strange part is, nothing is actually wrong. You're safe. You're in your bed. Yet your heart races. Your thoughts spiral, and your peace quietly disappears. This is how suffering often begins. Not with reality, but with imagination. A single thought becomes a story. The story becomes a fear. The fear becomes a prison. And before long, you're fighting battles that don't even exist. Think about how many times you've imagined failure, only to succeed. How many times you've feared rejection, only to be accepted. How many nights you've spent worrying about problems that never arrived. If you counted them, you would probably discover something astonishing. Most of your suffering never actually happened. Nearly 2,000 years ago, a Stoic philosopher named Seneca noticed the same pattern. He wrote a sentence so simple, yet so powerful, that it continues to comfort people centuries later. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. At first, it sounds impossible. How can imagination hurt more than reality? But think about it. Reality exists only in the present. Imagination can trap you in tomorrow, next year, or a future that may never come. Tonight, you'll discover why your mind creates suffering that doesn't exist, why fear grows stronger the more you feed it, and most importantly, a simple Stoic practice you can use to break free from overthinking before overthinking begins to control your life. Seneca wasn't a man who lived a quiet, comfortable life. He was born in ancient Rome, a philosopher, a statesman, a writer, one of the greatest Stoic thinkers in history. But Stoicism wasn't a hobby for Seneca. It was survival. He lived in one of the most dangerous periods of the Roman Empire. Power shifted quickly. Political rivals disappeared overnight. One wrong word could cost you everything. Seneca himself experienced exile. His wealth was taken. His future became uncertain. Years later, he returned to Rome and became the tutor, and eventually an advisor, to Emperor Nero. At first, it seemed like the highest honor imaginable. But as Nero became more ruthless, the palace became a place of fear. Every conversation could be your last. Every friendship could become a betrayal. Yet in the middle of this uncertainty, Seneca kept writing, not because he believed life would become easier, but because he believed the mind could become stronger. He realized something extraordinary. Most of the pain people experience isn't caused by the event itself. It's caused by the story they tell themselves before the event even happens. Imagine standing at the edge of a forest. You hear a rustling in the bushes. Your imagination immediately whispers, "It's dangerous." Your heart races, your breathing changes, your body prepares for disaster. Then, a small rabbit hops out. Nothing terrible happened, but your body suffered as though it had. This is the power of imagination. It can make a shadow feel like a monster. Seneca observed this pattern everywhere. People feared poverty long before they lost their money. They feared rejection before anyone had rejected them. They feared illness while they were still healthy. They feared death instead of living. The mind was creating tomorrow's suffering while stealing today's peace. This is why Stoicism isn't about pretending problems don't exist. It's about refusing to suffer twice. Once in your imagination, and then again if the challenge actually arrives. Because reality is often difficult enough. Why add another layer of pain that exists only in your thoughts? Imagine carrying a backpack. Now imagine placing a large stone inside it every time you worry about something that hasn't happened. A missed opportunity, a future mistake, a conversation that hasn't taken place, a disaster that may never come. Eventually, the weight becomes unbearable. Not because life placed those stones there, but because you did. Seneca's philosophy was an invitation to set them down, to stop carrying imaginary burdens through real life. Because the strongest mind is not the one that predicts every possible disaster. It is the one that meets reality only when reality arrives. And once you understand that, a profound question begins to emerge. If so much of our suffering is created by imagination, how much of our life have we spent fighting battles that never truly existed? Imagine someone hands you a blank sheet of paper. There's nothing written on it. No bad news, no threat, no danger. And yet, within minutes, your mind can turn that blank page into a tragedy. It imagines failure, embarrassment, loss, rejection, disaster. This is the extraordinary power of the human imagination. It can create worlds that don't exist. The problem is, your body often can't tell the difference. Think about the last time you waited for an important message. Maybe it was from an employer, a doctor, someone you loved. Hours passed. Then your mind began writing a story. They've rejected me. Something terrible has happened. This is going to end badly. Without realizing it, you started believing a future that hadn't happened. By the time the message finally arrived, you had already lived through the pain. Twice. Seneca understood this long before psychology gave it a name. He saw that the mind often becomes its own enemy, not because it wants to hurt us, but because it believes that worrying will protect us. It whispers, "If I prepare for every possible disaster, I won't be caught by surprise." But here's the truth. Endless worry doesn't prepare you for life. It steals the life you're trying to protect.